this week I decided to challenge myself. Let's see how it went. Hello lovely book dragons and welcome back to another video. So today I decided to do a weekly challenge for myself here, and I want to talk to you about where I got the inspiration, what the challenge was, which you know from the title of this video, and how it went. Let's go. Last week I was watching my friend Andy, who did a vlog, her first ever vlog, and she talked in her vlog, which I will leave linked down below because you should check her out. It's read by Andy or read by Andy. I never know how people want to be the read/read part to be, but I will leave her channel and this specific vlog linked down below because it was so aesthetically pleasing and so cool. I loved her vlog. But in that vlog she said that instead of giving herself a books to read this year goal, she decided that she wanted to read 100 pages per day and that was her reading challenge for the year. And I decided reading 100 pages per day is actually a really cool idea, and I should try to do that at least for 1 week just to see how it goes. So starting Monday from this week, today is Sunday, I decided that I wanted to do that. I wanted to read or try to read 100 pages per day, and I'm gonna show you now how it went because I was really bad at updating this vlog. I think there's like 2 or 3 updates, so I will insert them right here so you can see how it went, and then we can talk about what I've learned and the conclusions I've taken from this vlog, from this challenge at the end of those clips. Good morning guys, it is Tuesday the 9th of February, and yesterday I started this 100 pages per day challenge, but I didn't update you. I think what I'm going to be doing is updating you the next day in the morning because, you know, I read until late at night. Well, late, that's relative, but I read until I go to bed and then I forget to update. So I think it's just easier for me to update you the next morning. So that's what I'm doing today. So yesterday was my first day doing this challenge, and I realized, yeah, it's not that easy because even though I'm working from home, so when I wasn't working from home, I actually got a lot of reading done on the train because I had like a 1 hour commute each way, so like at least 2 hours commute each day, and I got a lot of reading done. Now, I kind of just need to make a conscious effort to read, because when I would get home from work before I was working from home, I would just like to unwind, watch some YouTube, and then cook dinner, and then all those things, and I was always too tired to read, but it was like, it's okay because I've already read for like so many hours today. But now, and I know it's been almost a year since I've been working from home, but still I have that thing that, oh, I'm done working, so I'm just gonna watch YouTube, cook, eat dinner, and then exercise, and then by the time I'm done with everything, it's like 9 or so, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna read now, right? Like, I'm gonna go to bed soon. So actually, I have to stop working, do some other things, but also incorporate in reading. And it was really interesting to see that, for example, I cannot just binge YouTube. I just can watch a couple of videos and then I read. And so I did that yesterday. What I actually did was, after work, I was really craving cookies. I was on Grégory Laperche. There you go, I said it in French. I was on Grégory Laperche's Discord, and we're talking about food, and I was like, I need cookies. And so after work, I actually went ahead and made some cookies. If I still have a picture, I'll put it up here. If not, just imagine a delicious chocolatey goodness. They were so good. And I made those, and while I was making those, I listened to Hollow Smoke by H.M. Long. I think that's the name of the author. And the book so far it's okay. I don't know. I have a hard time connecting to it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, so far it's okay. I'm gonna continue listening to it, but I don't know how many pages of it I read technically because I don't have a physical copy. So to make sure that I did get my 100 pages in, I started The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and from this I read 82 pages. So I'm pretty sure with whatever I listened to in the audiobook of Hollow Smoke, I reached 100 pages. This is something that I'm already loving. I'm 82 pages in, and I cried really hard at one point in this book. I'm not gonna say what because it's kind of spoilery, I guess. But yeah, there was something in here that really resonated with me, and so I cried a bit. And yeah, I'm 82 pages into this, and I'm really, really, really enjoying it so far. Pretty much we follow a woman named Nora, and she's had it. Like, her life really kind of sucks. She didn't follow any of her passions or dreams when she was younger, and then like right before she decides to commit suicide, she loses her job, the people that she was helping were like, oh, there's someone who's moving in closer, so I don't really need you anymore. I'm just gonna say it. Her cat dies, and that's what got to me. But not exactly her cat dying. It was something else later in the book. But her cat dies, and her brother. She finds out that her brother was in town, visited a friend, but didn't visit her, and so she just kind of realized that actually no one cares about me, and so she was already not very happy with her life. So she decides that it's time to end it. And as she ends it, she enters the Midnight Library, and this is like a limbo between life and death, where you can just try on every single life you could have had, because every choice you make takes you on a different path. And so here she gets to see, okay, what if I had done this? Like, what if I'd become a singer? What if I'd created a YouTube channel? Whatever it is. And so she's trying on some of these lives, and I've seen her try on 2 lives now, and it is just so interesting to see this. This book is really resonating with me, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So today, I think my goal is gonna be to read 100 pages of this. I don't know if I'll listen to any of my audiobook. I don't think so, because today I have my exercise with my coach. So yeah, I think I'm shooting for 100 pages of this, which will put me at page 183, which is perfect because this book is 288 pages. So, yeah, so I'm gonna shoot to get to here, page 184. That's about 100 pages of this, because tomorrow I'm going to actual work, like physically to my office. So I'm gonna drive, which means I'll probably listen to an audiobook. And I don't know if I'm gonna listen to Hall of Smoke, because then I still don't know how many pages I read. I'll see what I do tomorrow. But today it's this. Maybe I'll keep you updated today, or I will tell you tomorrow what I read and what I thought. I will see you with my next. So I've been terrible at updating this vlog because it is now Friday morning. And I haven't updated this vlog since, what was it, Tuesday? But yeah, pretty much this experiment, how has it been going? I'm not gonna lie, this week was a little bit more of a difficult week because I've had a lot of headaches. I've been quite tired, but I'm happy to report that I have managed to read the 100 pages almost every day. So Monday, I did it. On Tuesday, I only read 80 pages, and then on Wednesday, I read 100 pages, and then yesterday was Thursday, and I don't know how much I read, because I read 20 pages here, 20 pages there, and then I listened to an audiobook, and I don't have the physical copy to look up how much that equated in real book time, but I assume I read probably anywhere between 60 and 100 pages yesterday on Thursday, so I'm really happy with that as well. So I'm pretty happy that on the 4 days of like the week, because I count Fridays as like a weekend because, you know, the weekend starts. So I'm happy that I managed to almost reach the 100 pages each day of the week. So what was I able to read? I was able to finish The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Guys, let me tell you, this book, I have some post-its in it, as you can tell, and I just, wow, I love this. This is like what I said in my weekly update, which I will leave link up here. This was definitely right book, right time. It clicked, it meshed. There's a lot of things in here that apply to what I'm going through right now in my life, to questions I'm asking myself, to finding what you are meant for, to finding like to thinking about regrets and how that doesn't help you, because sometimes you just I mean, this book is incredible. Like, I think a lot of people go in with super high expectations about the plot, maybe, whereas to me it really was the silent reflection and ponderings, not of Pete, but ponderings of life, of what it means to live, to be alive, to the choices that you make. And that is what, for me, really made this book. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and it is a favorite. I'm really, really happy that I read this. It came at the right time, like I said. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Then I continued listening to the audiobook of the Hall of Smoke, and honestly, I'm not loving it so far. I don't know if it is because I'm listening to it on audio, but that shouldn't hinder my enjoyment of a book, because I read the Farsi trilogy on audio, listened to it on audio, listened to Blade itself on audio, and I love those. Those are some of my favorite books, but this one is just not capturing my attention. I just don't really care. I'm not super invested. I have 3.5 hours left of the audiobook, which I am going to finish definitely now, today and this weekend, which you will see, because I'll be better at updating when I'm not working. And so I'm going to be finishing that soon. But yeah, I'm not 100% loving it. So far it's sitting at 3 stars, and that's because like I'm being very generous, because We'll see. We'll put it through my rating system later, but so far it's okay. I also started reading Wildcat by J.P. Harker, and I read the prologue on the first chapter, and it's not at all what I was expecting. Yeah, the first chapter I was like, wait, what? For context clues, the scene in the bathtub, I was like, what? So I think apparently they're smart in this book. I'm gonna continue reading for now, at least a little bit today, I hope. But now I'm working, but later today I hope to read a few more chapters. I would love to get to chapter 10 included, because then I can go on to the first Discord chat and look at all the spoilers without spoiling myself. But yeah, it's very different from what I was expecting, but somehow last night when I was listening to Hollow Smoke, because I had a headache last night and I thought, well, I still want to try and do the 100 pages or as close to 100 pages as I can, so I'm gonna listen to an audiobook while I color, because that's like pretty safe. But I kept on thinking about, I really want to be reading Wildcat. Like, it was so weird, because when I picked it up at work, I was like, oh, this is a bit different but weird, but then in the evening it's all I wanted to read. So I'm reading those books. I'm reading Hollow Smoke. I'm reading Wildcat. I'm going to talk about this as well, is that for the weekend I'm going to try and do more than 100 pages per day. I'm going to try and do like, say, between 150 and 200. That would be awesome for every day on the weekend, in the weekend. Not today. Today I'm just going to aim to finish Hollow Smoke, which I don't know how many pages that is, but I'm aiming to finish that. And yeah, pretty much that's it. I wanna continue reading Wildcat, and I wanna start this, and then I wanna read Black Sun, and there's so much I wanna read, and there's so little time. Okay, so that was my experience reading 100 pages per day. Since I updated you then, on Friday I didn't read anything. I think I said that in the latest update. If not, on Friday I didn't read anything. But yesterday was Saturday, and I was a reading machine yesterday. I read some of Wildcat on my Kindle. I read 60% of Black Sun, and that is like over 200 pages. And today I think I'm going to be able to accomplish the 100-page challenge again. So I decided that it was okay to film the outro now, because I still think I can do it, and I know what I want to talk about. So pretty much what I've learned from this is that reading 100 pages per day can work if you're reading something like I was reading this week. For example, Adi La Rue and Midnight Library were really easy books to get through. As you can tell, in Midnight Library the font is pretty big. There are pages where there's almost no words on it, like here, for example, there's almost no words on these pages. So a book like this, it's kind of easy to read 100 pages per day. However, if I'd been reading a big epic fantasy, for example, if I'd been reading The Way of Kings, I could never have managed 100 pages per day, because it's just not doable. It takes me too long, and I don't want to rush those books just because I want to reach a certain quota of pages read in a day, if that makes sense. So what I've learned is that reading 100 pages per day is actually a really cool way of focusing more on the books that you're reading, like the types of books instead of the number of books. Because if you say, I want to read 100 books this year, you are more likely to pick up shorter books and books that are easier to read than, for example, the Stormlight Archive, all those big epic fantasy series, which is of course totally okay if that is what you're going for. So I really liked that aspect of giving yourself a goal page instead of a book page per year, and I think that maybe in 2022 I'm going to aim for that. Actually, I kind of have a soft goal this year, which is to beat the pages that I had last year, which I think were 44,000 pages or something like that. I would have loved to get to like 50,000 pages read this year, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I guess we'll see in December. Something else I learned is that you really have to take time and make time to read these pages, because there are days like this week, I had so many headaches this week, and I didn't feel like reading a lot of those days, because with a headache, reading, bad combo. But because I had this challenge going on, I forced myself to read, which I never ended up regretting reading, because I was really happy that I got through books and that I was reading the books that I was reading because I was loving them. But yeah, you have to really make time and make reading a priority when you're doing something like this. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube. My watch later was finally down to 50 videos, and now it's back up to like 100 or something like that. And yeah, so I didn't do much else except for reading. I was just working, exercising, doing house chores, and reading, pretty much. We didn't watch any shows, we didn't do anything else. It was just reading, which of course is fantastic. It's phenomenal to do this maybe for a week or a weekend as a challenge or something like that, but in my day-to-day life I like to have a little bit more flexibility. Yes, I would like to get through more books in a month, Of course, I always want to read more. That is something that as a reader, especially if you're creating content, you want to have. You want to be able to read as much as you can all the time. But sometimes it's just nice to watch some YouTube, to watch a show, to watch a movie, to go outside. I was gonna say hang out with friends, but no, not in this year. My friend, you stay home. But to do things like that, to do other things, to maybe do a Zoom call with your friends or anything like that, that is not reading. To be a little bit more social, if I may say so. So yeah, as much as I absolutely love doing this, it is not something that I'm going to go for in the future. However, I think that I may shoot for trying to read 50 pages per day as a general rule from now on. So I really have learned something from this because I loved how much I was making reading a priority. Sometimes in normal times when I'm reading, I think, oh, well, you know what? It's 9:30. I'm going to go to bed in 2 hours. What's the point in starting to read now? Like, you still have 2 hours. You could still read. But then because it's already 9:30 or 10, I don't pick up a book and I say, yeah, not today. I guess I'll read tomorrow. But what I've learned from this challenge is that I'm actually going to aim to read 50 pages per day each day for the rest of the year. Of course, there's going to be days where I'm going to be reading more, but I always want to have a minimum of 50 pages unless there's something that happens, of course. Like, exceptions always exist. But as a general rule, that is what I'm taking from this vlog, is that I loved making reading a priority, to carve out time in my day to actually read. And I'm going to shoot for 50 pages from now on and see how that goes, how many pages I'll be able to get to by the end of the year. And of course, always read a little bit more on the weekends. But yeah, that is actually what I've learned from this video, that taking the time for reading is important, that you can always carve out a little bit of time here or there to read, but that 100 pages was a bit too ambitious for me, especially with the types of books that I like to read and the way I like to read them. I'm someone who, I'm reading The Faithful and the Fallen, I'm gonna go back to that prophecy, dissect it, go back to another tab I had in a page somewhere else to see, wait, how does this connect with this and with this and with this? I'm the type of reader that likes to take their time with book, and I want to continue doing that. And so 50 pages is great, and I think that's more than a lot of people do out there reading, and I think that's gonna be good for me. How many pages do you read per day? If you know, let me know in the comments down below, and if you ever attempt a challenge like this, let me know how it went. Until next time, I wish you a wonderful, happy week and a happy day, and that you stay safe. Bye, guys.